Hello and welcome to Mama Chicken's Kitchen. I'm Jessie, your host, Mama's Chicken. Today we'll be making one of my favorite dishes of all time, rotisserie chicken. Now, as much as I love the idea of taking a stick and shoving it up the rump of a chicken to the throat and cooking it over a fire, we'll be using a conventional oven today. Now, I believe that when we cook a little bit of ourselves into what we make. Please refrain from cutting your fingers like they're carrots, like peeling them. Don't do that. Now, instead, we will create a self-portrait out of the chicken. Now, before we begin, let's look at our cock. Okay, we see the breast is large and rounded, the back is flat, and the wings and legs are scrawny compared to the rest of the body. The chicken most resembles a baby, whose abdomen is disproportionate to its legs and arms. Okay, now back to the chicken. Let's call her Gertrude. Oh, how lovely. Gertrude the chicken. So, Gertrude no longer has a head or neck, if you can tell. It's quite difficult at most local grocery stores to find a chicken with the head and neck still attached, which I rather like to do myself because, it's just getting to sever the head just like BAM, So, moving on. This recipe is quite special in that it requires you to not wash your hands before cooking, so please be sure to do that. Now, before we begin, we need to wash the dirty chicken. This step is very, very important, but you must pat it dry afterwards. I've already done this step, so TV magic. Now, please use water when you are doing this, as using your tongue it's not very safe, not very health conscious, shall we say. Now, let's look up Gertrude's derriere. Before we stuff, we want to make sure that the cavity is empty. A lot of times, the cavity will be stuffed with a bag of giblets. We don't want those for this recipe, so we will be sure to remove the bag and put it in your child's lunchbox. Okay, for this recipe, we'll be using lemons and clementines to stuff the chicken, which I have sliced into sections. You want to just put these in, rind and all, don't worry about that. Just put these in. Okay, make sure you fit as much as you can in there. And one more. Citrus. Lovely. Sit her back down. Oh. You also want to put in most of your rosemary, so just take the whole sprig and put it right in there. And there we go. A little bit more. So it's flavorful. It'll cook throughout. Now back to the top. We want to lightly brush this with some butter. Okay. Now with some butter. Okay, so we see it's room temperature, slightly melted, but kind of middle of the road is what we're aiming for here. Okay. Okay. Lightly brush. This will help the spices stick. Also gives it a rather nice flavor. Now, you want to make sure that you're using butter with this recipe instead of olive oil. The reason for this is because butter, with the milk solids, it allows it to brown. If you use olive oil, this won't happen. Okay. Yeah, you don't really need a knife for this one. You really just got to get in there with your hands. Look at this. Yeah, this is cooking. Lovely, lovely, beautiful. There we go. Okay. Now think of the butter as kind of a tanning oil. So if you don't use it, your chicken's not gonna brown. So moving on. Want to sprinkle some salt and pepper over here. Okay. liberally. I mean, it's a chicken. Not too salty. No one likes that. Yes, don't forget to butter the wings over here. Sometimes it's easy to put it into your hand and then do that for some of the hard to reach places, you know. Okay, there we go. Just grind this over the top. Oh, look at this. Look at this, it's phenomenal. Make sure you get all the limbs and fresh ground pepper. Always use freshly ground salt and pepper for these kind of recipes. That's very, very important. And just, you know, one way to peel these pretty easily is just rub them like that. Yeah, we're just gonna stick a few on there, you know, here and there. Nothing's perfect in Mom Chicken's kitchen. Here we have a mixture of the lemon and clementine juices. We're going to inject this juice into the chicken. This is an important step because if you just, you know, have the sauce on top, you're not going to get the flavor throughout the big bird, you know. So, do this. Simply take a, you know, ordinary syringe, yes, and just, there we go. Okay, puncture. Okay, more. Just evenly disperse dots, you know, we're just trying to make it flavorful. Focus on the breast, which does tend to be a bit more bland than the dark meat. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Now we're going to take the extra juice and we are going to just baste the chicken. Now you can use a baster, but I don't like you if you're someone who does that, you know. This is a better way to get the juices all on this guy. Beautiful, look at this. Oh, don't forget. It's okay if it drips off a little bit, that's very natural. Okay. Now, how does the chicken look? I think the chicken needs a little bit more butter on the wings. Yes, okay. Let's see. I don't want to put too much on here, but okay. Okay, next we'll be getting up under the chicken skin. Now, we're going to use some thyme today. It is best to use fresh thyme, but in a pinch, dry is just fine. Okay, so we're going to put the thyme underneath the skin so that as time goes on, the chicken will become wrinkly and stress Gertrude out. Okay, let's pick them up. Let's see. You just want to put that under the skin. There we go. Okay, a little bit more. Doesn't hurt anybody. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And sprinkle the remainder over the top. You know, just adds a savory flavor to the chicken to kind of counteract the clementine especially. Okay, does that look? Maybe a little bit more on the breast. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, now our finishing touch is we're going to take sprigs of rosemary. We're going to stick it into the chicken so that they're sticking out. Like that, for example. Now, do be warned, in the cooking process, these rosemary sprigs, because they're exposed, could catch on fire, which I think is rather spectacular to see. It's like birthday candles meets forest fire. Okay, with a little bit of TV magic, that means it is time to take Gertrude out of the oven. He's been in there for about an hour and a half, depending on your oven, for about 350 degrees. Okay, take it out. Ooh. Alrighty. Oh, look at it. Oh, she is gorgeous. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this chicken. Can you see him? Let's look at him for a minute. Oh, look at that. More beautiful than my daughter. Oh my God. Let's take a bite of this guy. Oh, let's see. Guys, I cannot explain to you how good this is. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my God. Well, thank you for joining me at Mama Chicken's Kitchen. See you next time where I'll be making chopped liver and giblet pot pie. Boy, does that sound good. Now get out of here so I can finish up Gertrude. I'm going to eat it with my bare hands. Bon appetit!